Hello, everyone. Hi. Welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Admin Valencia from Nevada, USA. I am a mom. I am a full time mom. I'm a full time lady. Today is on November 11th, yeah, 2023. Oh, someone is here. Thank you. Thank you. Why don't you give me some thumbs up, okay? Okay, so today I would like to read a book. I would like to read you a book. I just read a book about the out of the equation. I really like this one. I every pages here. Okay, this is the book. Okay, so relax into wealth. So every pages here has its own story, and all of these story is coming from him. So okay, let's dive into never uh, what is that? Seven. Don't be fooled by appearance. Okay, let's dive into this. Let's do it. Visionary thrives under all conditions. Okay, so I'm almost done. I don't want to finish this book because I really like all of the stories in here. It's really good story, and it gives you more on another perspective of life, that what you can do or what you can change your life about what is in here. Okay, let's do it. Faking fear out. Faking fear out. So every time when I read this one, there's some what you call this motivation from quote. Let's dive in. Okay. To go any, I don't know if you can hear the background. Someone is just watching the other their cell phone. So, to go anywhere in the universe, begin by knowing that you have already arrived, by Richard Bach. Richard Bach. So, to go anywhere in the universe, begin by knowing that you have already arrived. Okay, let's dive in. During a time of lean income, my money was going almost entirely to pay bills, with little left for fun. I began to feel limited, stuck in a rut, and frustrated that I did not have money for things I really enjoyed. I began to fantasize about what I would do with money if I had it. Immediately, a Mazda Miata came to mind. The Miata had just came out, and it was the rage of auto industry. People were flocking to Mazda dealers and paying $1,000 over sticking price purchase to sleek sports car. If I had the money, I thought, I would take a Miata home. I don't know what is Miata. Miata, let me see. Miata, Mazda Miata. Let's see. Mazda Miata. Mazda Miata. Ah, okay. It's a sports car. This is what it's looked like. Okay. Maita. Okay. So now I know what it looks like, so that I don't have to be so just confused. What is Mazda Maita? I began to fantasize about what would I do with the money if I had it. Immediately, a Mazda Miata came to mind. The Miata had just came out, and it was a rage of auto industry. People were flocking to Mazda dealers and paying thousands of dollars over sticker price to purchase the sleek sports car. I had the money. I thought I would take a Miata home just for fun. I decided to act as if I drove to the local Mazda dealer and exuberantly took a sexy convertible out of a spin on a open highway. I opened up the throttle and let the wind blow through my hair. I turned up the stereo and felt the bass beat ripple through my chest. I smelled the leather interior and rubbed it sensuously. When I returned to the showroom, I poked around under the hood and ceremoniously kicked a tire. I went through all the motions as if I was going to purchase a Maita, knowing full well that there was no way I was going to do so that day. Yeah. Knowing full well that was so knowing full well that there was no way I was going to do so that day. Yeah. Knowing full well that there was no way I was going to do so that day. By the time I left the showroom, I felt accelerated, infinitely more prosperous than when I had walked in. Playing with the realm of owning a Maita lifted my spirit and gave me a sense of possibility I had not felt for a long time. Putting myself into the experience changed my attitude. I felt that I was now on an upward tack. I remember when my coaches and some of the authors that I've been following, they always say that you have to go to a place where it will lift your spirit up. Like for example, go to a nice neighborhood. If you really wanted to go to buy a house, go to a neighborhood that you really like, and then your perspective of seeing those beautiful yards, beautiful houses, you'd feel like you wanted to dream something. You wanted to dream of that house. You wanted to have those kinds of feeling, just like what he did. And he went to a dealer shop and he took a spin over with that Maita sports car, and he felt that kind of spirit that he wanted to have that kind of feeling. So it's really nice to have a vision board and have that kind of house that you really like, and go to a like for example a place that it really lifted you up, like when you go for a dining restaurants or a very nice dining restaurant, just look around those kinds of people and be like, if I would have that kind of money, it's so nice to be here. Go with different kinds of people, with multimillionaire's house, multimillionaire hotel. Just go in the lobby, because you will get that feeling of fulfilling that you want it to be that way, and just be open. Okay, so before long my financial situation shifted and more money began to flow in. I started to find funds to do things for joy, and little by little I felt better and act richer. But I did not end up buying Maita. Instead, one day I drove past a Mazda dealer and spied roaring red RX-7 convertible, the top of the Mazda sports car line. Far more luxurious than the Maita. I went into the showroom and fell in love with the car. Although the RX-7 cost more than I had intended to spend, I was smitten. I snatched it up and went to the in. I snatched it up and went on to enjoy the car immensely for many years. Looking back now, I realized that my financial turning point came the day I took the Mita for the test drive. When I had experience of being abundant, even momentarily, the universe sent me more abundance. As my attitude changed, so I did my finances. That's really good. So it really has to do something with your thoughts, and you when you shifted that into something materialized, and feel that more emotion intensely emotionally, your attitude will change and you will attract more of the abundance. It depends on how you really think of it. inside you. Like for example, if you're attracting low, what you don't have money, you will never get money. But if you are attracting more finances, you will attract more finances. But it just has to do with your attitude. Money has nothing to do, I mean there is, but if you put something more in your passion about your heart than just over money, money will follow. Money will follow, abundance will follow. We are magnet, we are the frequency, we are attracting people. We are not just only people, but anything that we really want. We become what we are, what we think what become, and we become about, or something like that. Okay. Most people believe that if they could just become more prosperous, they would feel more prosperous. And it is so. But they do not realize that if they could just feel more prosperous, they would become more prosperous. See, I just said that. For a fascinating in depth study of the law of reversibility, study the writing of Neville Goddard, pen name simply Neville. You cannot draw riches to you if you are feeling and acting poor. Did you hear me? You can never draw riches to you if you are feeling and acting poor. Yeah. Likewise, you cannot be poor if you feel rich. You hear that? You cannot be poor if you feel rich. Like for example, yeah, I know I it was really hard for me to acknowledge that one before when I heard that kind of word, that feel rich. I know you're poor, but it was really hard to acknowledge it because I know the reality that it is really, I am poor. And it's really hard to feel being rich when you feel, when you don't have money. It's really hard. But, gradually you will just realize that it is so true. It is so true. When you are really happy about yourself, you don't need that much money in your life. Eventually they will come. They will come. You just be patient because God gave you the life to enjoy things, to endure whatever you have in your life right now. It's not what you don't have right now, but just enjoy the life that what you have. Prime the prosperity plum by speaking and act, and if you already have what you want or the means for it. If you can taste having what you want and slip into the experience as if it's already so, you are well in your way having it. Playing in your ideal realm hasten you living in the realm. Place yourself mentally, emotionally, and or physically into the world you desire. Don't wait until it happens to you. You happen to it. Okay? Did you hear that? Don't wait until it happens to you. You will happen to it. Sign up for photography class at the local adult school. Send away the brochure about your dream vacation. Volunteer and assisting in recording studio. Ask out someone you find attractive. Suddenly, a goal that once seemed outrageous now seems possible, even within your grasp. Do not pay a lot of attention or give energy to the situation from which you are trying to remove yourself. The more you think and talk about what you don't want, the more real it seems. Did you hear that? Okay. The more you think and talk about what you don't want, the more real it seems. The more evidence you will find to keep you there, and the more public opinion you will garner to uphold that condition. Instead to talk about where you would like to be, why you want to be? Okay. Instead, talk about where you would like to be, why you want to be there, why you deserve it, and how it would feel to be there. Your point of attention is your point of attraction. I like this. Your point of attention is your point of attraction. When you invest your thought and feelings in upward direction, your point of attraction becomes your dream. I like this. When you invest your thoughts and feelings in upward direction, your point of attraction becomes your dream, not your nightmare. You are not poor unless you think you are. You are not poor unless you think you are. And if you feel poor, you can find ways to feel rich. Okay? And if you feel rich, you are rich. And if you are rich, the universe will find ways to prove you're correct. And if you feel poor, you can find always feel rich. And if you feel rich, you are rich. And if you are rich, the universe will find ways to prove you're correct. Okay, so let's end with another poem here from Dorothy. She said, all that is necessary to break the spell of inertia and frustration is this: act as if they were impossible to fail. I like it from Dorothy Brandy. Brand. Dorothea Brand. Okay. Dorothea Brand. Okay. All that is necessary to break the spell of inertia and frustration is this: act as if it were impossible to fail. That's it for now. I love it. I love it. I love it. So act as if it's impossible to fail. Simple as that. You know, it's it's really hard to reprogram again our mind from being poor to rich. It takes so much of long hours to manifest all the things that we really want. It takes a lot of it depends on your emotions. If you are gathering more if emotions of, "No, you're already there, I love it, I love it, I love it, I love it," the more the universe will listen to you. This is our universe right here, and our mind is the frequencies that receiving. Brain we have is the receiver. um it receives everything, the static, the frequencies. It's everything in the mind. And our emotion is more the frequency, or something like, probably I mixed it. But somehow our mind, our thoughts and emotion should connect together. They should be talking each other. They should be synchronizing each other. They should be communicate each other, the mind and your heart. So you have your two kinds of self: your mind, your conscious, and your subconscious. Because whatever your mind is thinking, your heart has a lot things to connect. Your emotion has a lot to connect with your thoughts, and your thoughts will tell you that this one should follow, and the heart should follow to the mind, to the thought. So, in order for you to get over it, just affirm yourself. There's a lot of affirmation in reels now, in YouTube, in Google, and just choose whatever you're aligned to, what you really like. For example, I'm so grateful. Now you have to start with something grateful for today, because gratitude is the amplifier of everything what you really want. And act as if now it's happening now. It will, your mind may think that it's not happening now, because you have to reprogram that one in your mind, and you have to affirm that one in yourself, and you have to affirm that one in your mind, always to rewiring that in your mind, that you know please guide me, and please sink this affirmation into my body, into my heart. Just give me peace in my heart. you know Take all those pieces and connect those pieces. And there's so much to to incorporate with your mind and in your emotion. And it takes a lot of practice to affirm your rewiring of those affirmations, like, I am abundant, I am peaceful, I am beautiful, I am I am successful, I am anything. Those are good. And don't feed your thoughts with, no, I'm not. Even though your mind will think of that way, but choose to believe that you are. I know it's really hard, but there's, just like Jesus says, there's no impossible. There's no word impossible. Only you think that it's impossible. It's because you're not acting, you're not thinking about it's possible. It's always possible. Don't think that you cannot do it, you cannot do this, it's really hard. That's how you think. That's how you've been programmed in your old self. And if you wanted to change your mindset, you have to forcefully to choose what you really want. And it has to do a lot of your emotions. So you just keep listening to, or just keep reading books, and choose everything that is good, that is aligned to your heart. But is this good? By drinking tea, is this really good? Yeah, it is good, especially when turmeric one. And it start with a healthy mind. It start with taking good care of your brain. It start with the taking good care of your mental. Because if your mental is not healthy, your body is not healthy either. It starts with a thought. It starts with a discipline. Because whatever you think that, I really like this one, your brain triggers with something food that is very enticingly and very appetizingly. Of course, all of your organs will follow whatever your thinking is. So it has to start when your thought is healthy, your body is healthy. So always be thankful for what you have. Your skin, your eyes, your vision, your voice, your skin, your hair, the sun in the morning, the night in the evening. You have to be more thankful. Because, like, for example, the sun has its own power, gives us energy. And when the sun goes down, we need, because it gives us energy, and we throw out some energies also. So when the sun goes down and down and down and down, we throw out some more energies. And the night gives us the melatonin, and it will put us to sleep, to regenerate all the neurons, all the good cells back into our body. And then when we regenerate those energies and new neurons, and then we go out there and have that amplify with the sun to energize those new neurons to be alive again. And just like I said, if your thought and if your brain is not healthy, if you're acting, you know not aligned in yourself, then you have to rewire that one. Because I know that I've been there, I was there, and I'm new. I am new me, and I am a new me. This is for today's best radio station. Tune in for more information. Tune in for more uplifting stories. Come and tune in for Radio of Admin Valencia. Uh, what's my frequency? My frequency is a love frequency. and, and a good vibration frequency. So tune in for the next one. This is your pure energy, Admin Valencia, and the possibility. See you next time. Bye bye.